Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go once again. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. Yeah. I'm Larry Monkey at FF Larry Monkey. And you know you can follow that show all over the place at Dynasty Hot Sauce. But on the couch with some snazzy artwork in the background. I don't know, some who's coming out? There's some gold nuggets hung on the wall. There's some crazy stuff going on that plush big couch tonight at Run DFF. Justin Rogers, what's up, my man?
Man, I got shiny shit on the wall. I got spicy takes to give. It's gonna be a night, homie. Let's go.
Spicy,
what's up, man?
Spicy takes to give.
I'm already ready to shred this these rankings, and I ain't even got to number 6.
Oh my goodness!
These rankings you sent me.
Whoa!
I'm ready.
I'm ready. So yeah, hey, we're for a lot of folks it's best ball season, but for some folks it's still rookie draft season. Rookie drafts. I'm in a couple leagues that rookie drafts they kick off in June. You know,
yeah.
Some go right after the NFL draft, but there are some that go a little deeper into the summer season, and that gives you kind of you might get a little extra knowledge based on the silly camp reports, but I don't know. What are you thinking there, Run DFF?
I don't think it changes much because nothing has really happened. Oh, you'll hear about like, oh well, so and so has fumble issues, or
you're referring to Mr. Tootin in Jacksonville with fumble issues?
I really don't think any of that matters. I don't think it changes anything. Like it's just camp buzz. Is all it is.
Listen, you know what's funny is Tootin was like a early third, and now he's like mid-second. That dude's. If you want to talk about some rookie picks that have kind of changed a little bit, I would put him in the 2 late round QBs. Milroe and Sanders probably go a little bit early, and Chuck,
right.
Of course.
Sanders is definitely going earlier.
All 3 of those QBs.
Well, Chuck,
I feel like after the draft compared to now, I feel like their ADP has kind of shifted in a positive way. I mean,
well, clearly Chuck's his ADP has risen because Derek Carr retired. I mean, there's no way to argue against that. Like, it's him and Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener. Who's on that team? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it might be Haener. I don't remember.
All signs are pointing to him. I feel like he's going to have kind of like one of those Davis Mills type of seasons. I
don't think he's going to be that good.
Nah,
I think he's going to throw a shit ton of picks. Titan in the chat. Hollywood.
Yeah, baby. IDP Nation.
He's been trying to get over here and catch one of our live shows. About damn time you stayed sober enough to hit us up during the show.
You know what?
I shouldn't assume he's sober. That's my bad, Hollywood.
Hollywood is a face painter, though. He may have been super bombed, and then he took like 2 hours to get all the face paint. He sobered up while he was getting all his face paint off his face.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely a face painter.
Hell yeah!
How dare you?
Yeah. So yeah, we do have a rookie draft coming up. That's the OG league. We've both have been in that league for since the startup. We both got in the dispersal.
And I forgot. Look, it's been so long, and there's been so much shit going on. I forgot that we did that dispersal. I was like, I got a couple firsts, and you're like, you got the 202. I'm like, oh shit, I do, don't I? Because I passed on picks. I never pass on picks in dispersals, and I was like, yeah. I want this player more than that pick every time.
There's only one guy in my way, J-Pip. He was the only other guy taking picks in the dispersal, me and him. Everybody else was, I don't know. It was a big dispersal.
I was super happy with how my team turned out, except at running back. Because I ended up with Lamar and Kyler, and then I took Drake London, T. Higgins, Lab McConkey, Chris Godwin, Jacoby Myers, Rasheed Rice. So like my wide receiver and Jameson Williams, my wide receivers are stacked.
Bijan is for sale.
I don't have the capital to send for him. I'm going to be running out Tank Bigsby and Ray Davis. And
you wouldn't. What about a little Kyler Murray for Bijan? No.
Have you lost your mind? That's my third quarterback is Spencer Rattler, Cooper Rush.
You got the 202. You got the 202. You got a starting QB. Probably get Jackson Dart at the 202.
If I got Jackson Dart, I might. If Jackson Dart fell there, I might take him. Yeah, I haven't even looked to see. Let's see. I have the 202. What else do I have?
That's it. You don't have any other picks.
I got the 207. I got the 207. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't have any other picks.
On the other hand, I have 10 picks in this draft. The 102, 6, 7, 9, 10, the 206, 302, 308, the 402, and the 403.
Do you have enough roster spots? Do you have enough roster spots for all that shit?
I do.
Okay, good, because that's a lot of junk.
I was looking at it today, and let's talk about this. You know, we always have roster cloggers on our team. I'm going to give you my quarterback room in this league, and tell me if any of these guys are worthy.
I'm going to pull it up while you go ahead, but I'm going to pull it up.
The OG league stems from the Fantasy Timeline. That was a good old podcast that used to do an analysis of the Twitter timeline,
right?
And just talk about what was going on in the dynasty football world. Anyway, this listener league stemmed from that because we're friends with all those folks, and it's a 12-team, very kind of vanilla stats, 1.5 tight end premium, start 10, pretty basic super flex league. And long story short, we were all in dispersal, big dispersal. Anyway, my quarterback room. Post dispersal. Hendon Hooker. Keeping or cutting? Hendon Hooker.
I'm keeping, whatever.
Okay. Sam Howell, keeping or cutting?
Why not? Keep.
Okay. Gardner Minshew.
Absolutely.
Tyrod Taylor.
I don't know. I guess keep.
If I have to cut someone on my team, it'll most likely be him. And then I have Malik Willis, who I kind of have to hold on to.
You have to hold on to him. And you have Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You lost over the only starter you have. You're and I have Malik Willis. I'm like, wait, you skipped the only starter you have.
I feel like Tyrod Taylor is cuttable. Even though he's the backup to Justin Fields. You're going to get a guy that's got some stats.
Damn,
you'll have a guy to plug in there. But if you have Tyrod Taylor as your QB2, you're not competing. So
that's right. You're not competing. Now, the question is, Larry, where else do you have cuttable players? And, well, you may not need it. You don't have – how many people do you have on this roster?
I have it's a 25-man roster, but like I said, I did the dispersals, and I just cut all the fat off right out of the gate. There are a couple guys on my wide receiver room.
You got 18. Listen, you got 18 on your roster, and let me 1, 2.
I have to cut 3 guys when it's all said and done.
Yes, you have to cut 3 guys.
But that won't be for another couple months.
And you got Tyler Johnson to cut. You got De'Ami Brown to cut. There's 2 right there. And then pick your quarterback.
That's it. The only other guy, so I would cut Tyrod Taylor and De'Ami Brown and Tyler Johnson.
Hollywood does not like our Malik Willis.
He also
you might not like it, Hollywood, but when he started, he actually scored a few points here and there. He's not good.
Hey, but how about Hollywood? He wants Bijan over Kyler. I think Bijan over Kyler is in a super.
That's all fine, Danny. You can think that, but in a super flex, I'm not giving up my QB2 for Bijan. I'm not doing it. What did Bijan average last year? I'm pulling this up because
he's probably gonna blow your mind.
I don't think it's gonna blow my mind.
He absolutely will.
He averaged 19.4.
Right.
And Kyler, let me get to Kyler. He probably averaged like 17.
Well, he started out.
He averaged 16.84. Kyler, he averaged 16.84. The difference is that Kyler is 27 and has 5, 6, 7 years of scoring left, and it's super flex, where it's a lot harder to get quarterbacks.
You're also not holding on. You're not going to have Kyler Murray for 7 years, just like you're not going to have Bijan for 7 years. you're going to eventually move on. And Dynasty always gives you that snapshot like, oh, yeah, But listen, you're talking about Bijan who finished in the OG league points per game at 12 overall.
Yeah.
Kyler's not even in. He's not even in
the one thing I'll say about this is that Kyler had his worst season.
Okay.
And
it's coming off an injury, He might be better, or he might just be him now at post injury.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold on to the Kyler. Kyler is a midget. Hollywood, is Kyler taller than me? How tall is
Hollywood Brown off the top rope?
Hollywood, how tall
Hollywood
is Titan? I need to know.
Yes. Hollywood Titan coming on again. I'd be Bijan over Kyler for 7 years. Yes.
I don't think that Bijan. I think that you're going to see like a Bijan.
Dude, I'm still scrolling down. I can't even find Kyler Murray in the top 100 here.
He was 16.84 points or something like that. I know he's not there. He didn't have a great season. That was clear. You can just control F Kyler.
I know. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. He's 24. So they're 12 picks apart. But they are all that's just at points per game.
Yeah. I'm keeping Kyler. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to be running a super flex league where I am not starting a second QB. No,
yeah, but I mean, Bijan also scored 50 points more than Kyler.
Again, Kyler's worst season. So on a good year, Kyler outscores Bijan significantly.
Well, who says that?
What?
How many single-digit games Bijan had? 0.
You know
how many single-digit games Kyler had?
You're talking about his worst season so far in points per game. In a good
Hollywood,
he averaged 24 points a game just a few years ago. He averaged 18.5 last year. So, yeah.
Kyler versus Bijan.
I am not off the Kyler bus. I am not. Kyler's a top 3 quarterback, but I am not off the Kyler bus.
All right.
Because I still think he's a top 12 guy in scoring this year.
Well, that is the OG League draft where I have all these picks and only one.
You have like a million picks.
So it's going to be interesting.
Cam Ward is on your radar for sure.
I don't think I'm going to go Cam Ward.
I don't know what you're doing with your life then.
I'm just gonna, because in this league you could bench. I mean, I'm gonna rebuild, like a big rebuild, obviously, because I have 10 picks in this draft. So might just kind of tank this next season and get a nice quarterback pick next year to pair with Caleb Williams and just load up on position players right now. Because Cam Ward at best, he's projected to be like a QB2. I
think at his ceiling he's like QB 8 to 12.
So do I want to waste
CJ Stroud
on that? Do I want
to? I don't know.
I mean, he kind of wants.
Who's the big prospect next year?
With him not playing it down, he'd be a nice QB3.
Okay, so here's the thing. Next year, the number one prospect is Arch Manning, who is not going to be a good fantasy quarterback because he ain't running all over the place. So everyone talking about let's get a quarterback next year. It's like, wait, why are people trying to get quarterbacks next year when it looks just as bad as this year? Like, there's just nothing there for elite fantasy upside. Now, there's a rock solid prospect for the NFL, and that matters in certain respects because you go draft a guy who you believe is going to be an NFL quarterback. You get a little bit of security there, but the points, I don't see there being like somebody's going to just blow up and Jaden Daniels it.
Yes, that is.
So I don't know that I'm just holding and being like, no, I'm going to pass on the number one pick overall, the guy who has completed like 68% of his passes 3 years in a row at Miami. I don't think I could be like, yeah, I'm going to pass up him for a running back at the 102 when I'm in a rebuild. That's what's crazy. Because I know you'll be taking Omarion Hampton there. It's like, wait, you're in the middle of a rebuild and you want to take a running back. That just doesn't.
It's a quick rebuild, baby.
If it's,
I also have Bijan. I have Caleb and Bijan. Who knows with Jerry Jeudy, but I don't know. I feel like I can.
Your team is shit right now. You have to hit on
total garbage. Yeah, I need a tight end. I'm gonna have to waste capital on a tight end. That's another reason why I don't want to load up on the QB here, because you have to do your own analysis on your own roster, right? So my tight ends are Michael Mayer, David Njoku, and Cade Otton. That doesn't work for me. So
see, that doesn't bother me. Like, Cade Otton is serviceable. And David Njoku is absolutely serviceable in a 1.5.
David Njoku is not serviceable.
Remember, this is a 1.5 premium. There's no big premium in this, so there's no like David Njoku last year. What did he average, man?
It doesn't.
He averaged 16 points a game last year. He is absolutely serviceable.
Okay, how many games? I've drafted Njoku in rookie drafts. I know all about him. I've stuck by this guy forever, through thick and thin.
The year before, he averaged 15 points, and I think he played every game. And then last year, he averaged 16, and he missed 5 games. He missed 5 games.
He's always missing 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, but that's when you plug in a Cade Otton.
That's why you need a high-end tight end. And I haven't.
You're gonna spend a pick. You're gonna spend a pick on a tight end, and then wait 3 or 4 years for them to actually develop. Because there are no Brock Bowers in this draft. Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren are not those guys. They're going to be solid enough, but they're not going to outscore Njoku, and they probably don't outscore Cade Otton this year.
I need one of them to be a top 5 tight end sometime in the next couple of years. Like, I'm not.
Do you believe that either of those are actual top 5 tight ends?
I want to. My plan is. I mean, I can have a running back for a couple of years while I wait for the quarterback. Like, I can have. I can draft a bunch of RBs in an RB draft.
Right, that's fine. By the time you get it, those RBs, half of them are faded into the sunset. That's the issue I have, is that you're like, I'm going to get a quarterback down the road. It's like, wait, these running backs have a shelf life of 3 years, maybe 4 years, a realistic shelf life. They have a rookie contract. After that, who knows? And
Bijan's going to suck next year. That would be his 4th year.
I did not say Bijan, because Bijan is different.
He's just getting started. He's a first-round rookie.
I'm talking about Amarian Hampton, Caleb Johnson, R.J. Harvey, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins. I'm talking about all these guys. We have no idea. We've obviously seen that Bijan is an NFL caliber running back. We don't know what any of those guys have more than just a little bit of opportunity to start.
But you want Bijan this year. He just had a nice 1,400-yard season with 14 touchdowns. He just had a monster year.
Said anything about Bijan? You keep talking about Bijan. Who cares? I am talking about you taking a running back over Cam Ward at the 102. That blows my mind. When you can get running backs in the middle of the first round with the 106, 7, blah blah blah. You got like that's what I have a problem with. You have the 102, then the 6, 7, 9, 10. You could go running back every one of those picks.
I am a running backs guy, so why do I want to hop on the running back bandwagon right out of the gate? What running backs?
You are not going to get a quarterback with the kind of security that Cam Ward has.
And now we get back to Tennessee. When has Tennessee ever had a good quarterback?
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Did he even play for Tennessee?
Hold on, Larry. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time the Washington Commanders had a good quarterback? When's the last time the Buffalo Bills had a good quarterback? Hold on.
They've had one since 2018.
Who? Yes, I know. Before that. But before that, how did it go?
It's magic.
Jim fucking Kelly. It was 30 years ago.
EJ Manuel.
Stop, man.
That's a top 10 pick.
My point is, please don't say, what Tennessee hadn't had a quarterback. The Bengals. When's the last time the Bengals had a good quarterback? Carson Palmer, and before that, it was freaking Boomer Esiason.
Jerry Collins.
My point is, don't scout the team. Who cares? It's nobody that's on the Jets has been relevant, has been part of the Jets stuff before. You're talking about everything's new for the Jets.
I get it.
So why are you holding
Hollywood? Hollywood in the chat.
The same thing with the Titans. Yeah. Like, this is all Hollywood new people.
Titan, of course. I should have shitting all over Tennessee right now.
He's over there throwing shit. Tennessee. Stuff is coming off the wall right now. Steve McNair. Yeah, exactly. 25 years ago. So
hold
it's
on.
been 20 years. I think Steve McNair's been dead longer than Jaden Daniels has been alive.
And guess what? And that was the result of a hoe. So Steve McNair.
No, it's
Hollywood. Hollywood is tying it all up for us.
Yeah. So I would not worry about. I don't worry about where somebody goes because we have. Sorry, Hollywood. My bad, dude. My bad.
You started it, bitch. You started
it. You did start
Hollywood.
it. If there's a line that can be crossed, I'm there for crossing the line, dude. You should have never brought up.
Aaron McNair.
Hey, how about hey Hollywood? You talked to Rob Baronis lately? You met up with him for lunch or anything?
Who's that? Hollywood, where's your kid live, man? Hollywood's kid lives somewhere in New Jersey right now.
Yeah, we need to know.
And he won't tell me where.
You know what? He still has not asked. He still has not asked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a little speechless right now. Wow. I can hear Hollywood saying, wow. Wow.
So what happens with Michael Mayer in Vegas? Like, are they going to trade this guy or what? Why wouldn't they trade him for like a second-round pick and start over somewhere?
I hope he gets traded. I don't think they can get a second-round pick for him though, because they drafted him in the second. I think they can get a third. Maybe they get a third and they give up like Mayer in a sixth or something like that. I think that's reasonable. Now, do they have any incentive? The problem is, do they have any incentive to do that right now? They don't need roster space. They don't need to make cuts. They don't need to make that move because he's not on an expensive contract either. He's on
is this a new coaching staff? I'm not. We should have Sal Lito on. This is my mistake. We shouldn't even talk Raiders without Sal. I was thinking about him earlier. I was like, we got to get Sal back on the show because the Potathon's coming up.
It is.
If there's a firm date.
Is there a firm date now? Has it been set?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
What if I could get the draft scout to come on with us? I probably could swing that. I might be able to.
I'm ready to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Maybe we should get a stand.
Anybody except Hollywood. I'm tired of talking to Hollywood.
What?
Just trying to get him riled up again.
I think he's riled up. Hollywood got all offended about Steve McNair. Come on.
Uh-huh. And then Rob Baronis, he didn't like that
either. Close. He should be more offended by Derek Mason. Right?
Jeez.
Isn't that the guy he didn't stretch all the way?
One more yard. That's all it took. One more fucking yard. How tall is Derek Mason? That's what I need to know.
So that OG league, that's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm almost forced to take it. I don't have any Tyler Warren, believe it or not.
Oh, hey Larry, you know why Derek Mason couldn't reach the end zone?
Oh boy,
he's the same height as Kyler Murray. He's a midget.
Yeah. Right. He looked like he was wearing like one of those Don Beebe helmets. It almost when I think about
5'10". There it is. I hate you both. You're welcome, Hollywood. Man,
maybe if it has Dorial Green Beckham
got across the line there.
I feel like Treylon Burks would have made that play.
Oh gosh, that's so wrong.
Who was so just wrong. On? Oh my god! No, you know what? You think Calvin Ridley is kind of like a sneaky buy low? Well, I mean, his value has to be in the trash.
Calvin's? I don't know if it's in the trash. I think he still carries some. I don't think it's. I mean, you're not getting a first for him. I think that there's a lot of people out there that would give a second and third for him. I did make a trade this week, by the way.
What?
I made a trade. Have you heard of those?
Yes, let's do it.
It's been so long.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Well, it's in a sleeper league. Because I'm in
You're a sleeper guy.
Yep, I'm a sleeper guy, apparently.
Yep.
So I traded for Alvin Kamara.
Whoa, hold on. Let me think about this. Picks or players?
I gave up picks.
Picks. So picks, plural picks. So let me see. It's Alvin Kamara, second and a third.
That's exactly right.
Oh, how about me? Huh?
I offered. You want to hear how it went down though? because he sold DK Metcalf for a second, third, and fourth to to that asshole. You heard Shane Manila, that guy.
That's who you made the deal with?
Shane got what's his name? DK Metcalf for a second, third, and fourth. And then he started putting all these players on the block. And now I know, okay, he's selling. So I offered a third and a fourth. He came back with 2 seconds. And I offered a second and third, and he comes back with a second and 2/3. And I just messaged him. I was like, I'm not paying more for Kamara than DK cost. I'm not paying 2 seconds. I'm not paying a second and 2/3. So then he's like, a second, third, and fourth. I'm like, nope. I just rejected. And he said, I gotcha, and sent back the second and third that I offered way back in the first counter or whatever that I sent. And I was like, yeah, sure, second and third. So I got Kamara for a second and third. Now, this is a team that I did a dispersal in, and I killed the dispersal. So I have Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield. And I have Shedeur Sanders and Kirk Cousins, but whatever. And then I have Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson. And I also have Debo, Devontae Smith, Tank Dell, Chris Olave. I got the aforementioned Treylon Burks, Jalen Waddle, and Jawan Jennings. So there's some and T. Higgins. So I've got some juice there, and I have Calvin Ridley. But my tight end is Kyle Pitts. So we'll see.
No, that's the worst tight end to have.
Yeah.
How about this? Ready? Hold on. Let me bust in with this one. The Alvin Kamara value check.
Okay, let's do it. I'm curious.
How about this one? This looks like a little Alvin Kamara sweetener.
You better give it to me on the screen, baby. Don't
short me. Fuck yeah, let's do that shit. You know it. Oh yeah, the screen's coming.
Players.
I can't wait for you to see this one. Boom. Boom. I can't wait for everyone. If you're not tuned in, I mean, we've been doing some public shows lately, but normally you get to see this stuff when you join the Patreon. So check out our show link. If you're watching YouTube, hit the like. Hey Hollywood, hit that like and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Yeah, asshole.
Yeah, I hate you both, Hollywood Titan. This is what he just said.
We already knew that, though. He's had a lot of hate for us.
What do you like? How about that Alvin Kamara sweetener there? Back on a Cinco de Mayo trade.
Which one are you looking at? I don't see that.
Alvin Kamara and the 105 for the 102.
Oh, yeah.
Great trade.
I'm honestly fine with that if you're taking
I love it. I love that trade. Safe leagues. Yeah.
Because now I'm still going to get Quinshawn or Travion. I don't think there's that much difference between them and
Raging Karen made the deal with the Cats. So scroll up a little bit. We got a little Chuba Hubbard and the 310 or Kamara 2026 2, 2026 4. Kamara.
I don't get that. I don't get it. Why did the person who traded for Chuba do that? Why did they give up Kamara and a second and a fourth for Chuba and a third? I don't understand.
The Chuba is the winner, I feel like.
You want the Chuba side?
I think he's going to be a cannibal this season.
They
have a very lightweight schedule, too.
I think you're going to get a very similar production out of Alvin Kamara, and you end up with a second, too.
You're right. Yeah, they're probably very equal. You're right. Yeah. Kamara and Hubbard are probably the same at this point. Okay, this is a weird one. Achane from Miami, Kamara, or Nico Collins, 26 second, 26 third. So Achane, Kamara, or Collins, a 2 and a 3 next year.
I mean, okay, so you already know how I feel about Kamara in the second and third. Like, that's a good trade. So now it's Achane or Nico Collins.
I feel like I want the Collins side. It's Collins. I mean, you're going youth, and Achane is just like, I feel like people are going to sour on him this season. You need to sell this guy now. I don't think he's going to do much for Miami. I think Miami is just going to be a shit show this season. I don't know. He gets banged up a lot. I'd be looking to move him. I don't know if I want to give up. I feel like Achane could command Collins. They're probably equal. A little advantage to Collins, and then a 2 and a 3 for Kamara, which is what you just did. So that's kind of an even deal. What about this one, Kamara or Jaden Reed? Like everyone's shitting on now because of what they did in the draft, drafting Matthew Golden.
I just don't feel that great about Matthew Golden, but let's see here.
They chose 2 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, right, but that doesn't matter because after Golden, it's like whatever. Okay, it start 2 running backs and start 3 wide receivers. So I don't know. That's tough. I mean, Kamara's about to be 30.
Are we talking about Reed for Kamara?
Give me Jaden Reed. Yeah, give me Jaden Reed.
Okay.
Kamara's about to be 30 years old.
Yep.
That's too old.
All right. And the latest trade was occurred on 5/24, and of course this is the DLF Trade Finder. They should give us some props. We give them a ton of props, right, Justin?
Absolutely. We're unofficially a part of their family of podcasts. Obviously,
they would be lucky to have us. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah!
I told you what it would take. It would take us not cussing anymore. So we'll never.
I don't think that's a big deal anymore.
Okay.
The 102 or Kamara and a 26 second rounder.
The 102.
No brainer.
Yeah, the 102.
Yes.
All right, there's my other drop. Bo Melton. I can finally set my roster, my lineup. Yeah, I had to drop 2 players. I've dropped Bo Melton and I dropped Tyler Johnson. So now I can set my lineup and actually look at it and feel good about it. Because like right now, Calvin Ridley is in my super flex and Baker Mayfield's on my bench. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I need to be able to see how this actually looks. Put Kamara in over Keenan Allen. I mean, it's just dumb.
So I'm I'm in my very first startup. It's occurring in 2 days. And it's a half PPR.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that?
I'm disappointed in that setting. I don't understand why you want to. I'm a points guy. I'm a running backs guy, but I'm also a points guy. It's fantasy football. It's fantasy. Fantasy is supposed to be fun and positive, and I don't know. I feel like, well, why make the points less? Let's make the points more. So this is a half PPR, which is fine. It's something new. It's different for me. I don't think I've ever been in a half PPR. Maybe in the gosh, I've been playing fantasy football since the 90s. And when the PPR was introduced, I think we may have started with the half PPR. So that should tell you all you need to know about.
That's how it started for sure. Yeah. We all started with half PPR because it was like the compromise. Instead of standard, it was like, oh, let's do half PPR.
Yeah, that was like you start out with the half PPR. Anyway, so we got the tight end premium set. It's everything's all whatever. But now I'm like, I haven't done a startup in a few years, so I'm trying to prepare myself. Fantasy Pros just happens to have half PPR rankings for a dynasty startup.
They do.
So it's all tiered out.
Yeah, I'm already ready to shit on these tiers.
And maybe we can discuss how the Fantasy Pros drafted their or I don't know
how they rank them.
They're
what they are.
Super flex. I mean, this is a super flex. I feel like it's super flex. Yeah, this is a super flex.
Half PPR
ranked, and as it should be. It's a ton of QBs in the first round.
Yes, it should.
Well, let's talk about tiers. We're not talking about first round. We're talking about tiers.
Yep. Let's talk about this first tier. Do you see anything that stands out as one of these is not like the other?
Well,
One of these is not like the other, Larry.
I feel. What are you talking about? Jalen Hurts?
No, one of these quarterbacks is not like the others.
Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. So I'm completely lost. I've no
Joe
idea.
Burrow don't run for shit. Every
Joe
other one,
Burrow doesn't run. You're right.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts all run and have higher ceilings. Joe Burrow don't run. He don't belong in that tier. Honestly, Josh Allen's in a tier of his own. He has been the top. He's been first or second in scoring for the last 5 years or whatever. He belongs in a tier all by himself. He has the highest ceiling and the highest floor of every quarterback out there right now. In a bad year where he had no receivers, he was QB2. This is asinine. He's in it. This should be a one-person tier, and then Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts in the next tier.
I like that. I like that. Josh Allen, you've heard Keon Coleman has rolled into camp looking like a an Adonis.
Let's just accept that Josh Allen is a freak.
Yeah. So, hey, Jamie in the chat, about to join our listener league, right? We're roping you in, buddy. You're in. Dispersal. But here we go. We're okay. So who would you put in that? Okay, so you want Josh Allen in his own tier?
Yes. Yeah. And Joe Burrow needs to be in a tier behind the other three.
Okay. So Joe Burrow, and who's tier 2? Who doesn't belong in tier 2 for you?
I don't know. That's a little more questionable. I mean, it's a little more solid, is what I mean.
I think it's pretty accurate. If you want
that tier looks good. That tier looks good. I think I would put Burrow and Chase and Jefferson in a tier by themselves, and then move like Mayfield, Mahomes, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb. Like those might be whatever.
So okay. So just to bring everyone up to speed, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow are in tier 1. I'm in agreement with Run DFF. Sure, let's throw. I mean, you could throw Lamar Jackson in the tier with Josh Allen. He belongs there with Josh Allen. Should be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, unless you're expecting him to, have a big old regression season. Sounds like Run DFF.
I don't know that I think he had the regression season. I just don't know that was his. Like that's where he's going.
I mean, these are two guys, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, who are pretty much on identical paths. They're both like bridesmaids. They're the next. They just can't get over the hump. So these guys are both going for the same stuff. So I mean, they're hand in hand. It's like, I don't know. You want Josh Allen to be the better passer, but he's not. Lamar Jackson's a better passer. Lamar Jackson's a better runner too. Josh Allen's probably in a. I don't know. You can't even say he's in a better situation because the coaching is top tier. They both have shit wide receivers and a decent running game. Yeah. Anyway, so tier 2, you want to throw Burrow in there with Mayfield? Baker's up there with Joe Burrow these days, huh?
No. That's what I'm saying. I think it should be like Burrow, Chase, Jefferson.
Burrow, Chase, Jefferson over.
And then another tier.
Okay, so tier 2 is Chase, Mayfield, Pat Mahomes, Saquon, Bijan, Justin Jefferson, Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. You can't say much about this. I feel like you could break the top 2 tiers into 3 tiers, but that's not how they did it. They have the 13 folks in the top 2 tiers. So it's like your first round and a bonus pick. So with CeeDee Lamb bringing up the rear, Lamb or Gibbs, who do you like? Who do you want? CeeDee Lamb or Jahmyr Gibbs?
I want Lamb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Lamb
take
over Bijan.
I'm gonna take the 26-year-old whatever.
I mean, these are supposed to be dynasty rankings. I'm not taking Saquon with the 9th pick. He's not in the tier for me there. He's like, isn't he like almost 30?
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, he's like 28 or something.
28.
Yeah, he's 28.
So.
So yeah, there's that. He's so good that it's hard to be like, yeah, I don't want him here.
I mean, I'm not touching Saquon Barkley in a startup draft.
I'm not either. That's too high. I'd much rather have Bijan than Saquon. I'd much rather have Justin Jefferson than Saquon. Both of them.
I'd rather have Gibbs over Saquon.
I'd rather have every one of those four right there. Bijan.
I'd rather have Neighbors out of Saquon. Saquon's not even in my top 20.
Right. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Where is Neighbors? Oh, Neighbors is all the way down at 19. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
So you know why? Guess why? We're talking half PPR. So, of course, there's only going to be 5 wide receivers drafted in the first 20 picks or 6. Half PPR. This is what you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised only 4 running backs in the top 20.
I'm not surprised by that. People were scared to death of running backs, and there aren't any elite running backs outside of the ones that are there. You know?
Right.
I mean, Derrick Henry is 24th, and he's way too high. Way too high.
So how do you feel about the tight ends? Let's do this. So there's one tier of Bowers, McBride, Kittle, Laporta.
That's not a tier. There is a tier.
All right, maybe we shouldn't even talk about tiers because
this is fine. We can, but their tiers are too large because Bowers and McBride are in a tier way separate than Kittle and Laporta.
Right.
Way separate. Like Bowers and McBride are so far ahead of the others that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
You're talking about a third-year guy and a second-year guy.
Who are you trying to buy right now? Because you have Bowers, McBride, Kittle, Laporta. I feel like Laporta, he's kind of in the house with everybody.
I don't think that Laporta's lost that much value. I want to buy TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
A year removed from the ACL. I want to buy him. That's what I want.
I think you should be selling Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I mean, I just feel like if Miami's the coach is on the hot seat, Mike McDaniel, right? He's on the hot seat right now. Those are the rumors.
Maybe, yeah.
So who knows what I don't know. They're just going to come back strong.
Are you surprised by Kelce being all the way down at 8? I mean, his bad season last year was like 900 yards or something. What in the world are you playing over there?
That's not me.
That wasn't me.
You heard that from me?
Yeah, that was you.
No, that didn't come from me.
It had to come from you. I'm sitting on my sofa with my phone in my hand. I'm not even touching my computer.
Maybe it came out of Fantasy Pros site.
Yeah,
I have no idea. The ads, they probably have 1 million ads like blowing up all over the place. That's a legit tier 1. It's kind of a legit tier 2. The tier 3 stuff. Got Tucker Kraft, Jake Ferguson, Dallas Goedert, Kincaid, Warren, and Loveland. Kyle Pitts. I mean, that's what you'd expect out of those guys. Everyone's expecting stuff out of Pitts, but he still sucks. He's not going to be any good. He's never been good, except his first year. All of a sudden, he's going to be good. Is he going to outperform his ADP? What do you think? You're the Falcons guy.
I think he's going to be better than tight end 17. But that doesn't take much. That doesn't take much.
Is he though? Look at everyone else above him. Who's he going to outperform?
He could easily outperform Dalton Kincaid and Tucker Kraft for sure.
Pitts, yeah, he could.
I don't know that he's a complete bum. I think you could see 60 for 750 season out of him. That wouldn't be crazy in my mind. I mean, he's only 24 years old.
These are also half PPR stats too. I guess it doesn't matter when you're doing it that way.
Yeah, there's nobody that catches.
Yeah, I don't know. So I have the 7th pick, and let's talk about my first pick. So this draft is occurring in 2 days and 11 hours. So that means, I don't know, I guess 3 days. I have the 1-7. So you got the 107 in a super flex. And I'm going to even do this. I have the 1-7 in a super flex. I think I can get it. I'm going to share this. I don't think I can do it. Season. I just did it. Okay. So the 1-7. Who are you taking at 1-7?
If we're using these rankings?
Yes.
Okay. So let me go back to the overall.
107.
The 107, I'm going to take. Let me look here. I'm probably going to take Chase or Jefferson or Burrow if he falls there.
Okay.
Because I could see Burrow falling there with a couple wide receivers pushed up. But it's going to be one of those 3 guys, Chase, Jefferson, or Burrow.
You're taking Chase, Jefferson, or Burrow?
Yep.
This is start 9.
I don't care.
9. Start 9. So it's obviously a stud draft.
Yeah, I mean, trade up. Trade up every chance you get. Like, trade up from the 4th to the 3rd. Trade up from the 5th to the 4th. Just trade up. Constantly be moving.
Constantly be moving. So the 1-7, you are going Burrow, Chase. But what's interesting is when you sort out according to these settings, it's all QBs.
Yes.
So I guess you want to lock up 2 stud QBs, or maybe you want to do 1 stud and another.
You know what? That does make a difference in that when you're talking about start 9, that means only 7 of your other players, you got 2 superflex. Then 7 other players are positional players. Yeah. So it lessens it. It lessens the value of those because you can't make up the points as much. So you know what? That might be a point where you kind of reach a little bit at a quarterback.
So I want 2 stud QBs.
Yeah. If 22% of your starting lineup is quarterbacks, it's pretty significant.
Right. So season stats last year was Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, top 3. Mayfield 4. Then it went Chase, then Daniels, Gibbs 7, Barkley 8, Goff 9, Derrick Henry 10, Bo Nix 11, Bijan 12. These are these stats. Jalen Hurts 13, Darnold 14, Bowers 15, Murray 16, McBride 17. Is that bizarre?
No, I think it's kind of whatever.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting startup. I'm psyched for the way these settings. I mean, as disappointed as I was without the 1 point, whatever, man. It's I've done a startup with a bunch of different people. I'm excited about it. See how it goes. But yeah, I like it. So lock up. So you don't believe in locking up Bowers first?
I didn't say that. You know how I feel about Bowers. You know exactly how I feel about him.
Okay. All right. So how are you on Bowers? You would take him at 1-7 here in a 1 point. It's a 1 point. I don't even know how to explain. I guess it's 1.25. But there's a first down bonus.
And it's half PPR. So it's really like 2.5. It's 2.5 times the regular.
That's weird. I mean, so maybe I'll go Bowers and then 2 QBs. Maybe. Especially if there's some newbies here. Because, I mean, there's some newbies to Dynasty, so they might just, think about best player.
Right.
Which is not a bad strategy either, because it's start 9. I feel like I want to trade. I'm going to try to get my hands on some 26 firsts and stuff like that. I want to do that sort of stuff. I think I could load up on some
right.
First
you might be able to move back and still get the players you want. You know, that's the thing.
Right.
You might go from the 107 to the 111 or 112 and pick up a first and maybe give a second. Like get a first, and give a 2026 second and still get Brock Bowers or something,
Mm-hmm.
That's something to think about. I'm going to be curious how this goes.
Yeah, you're right. I should be aggressive. I should try to take a move back from the 107 and pick up second round picks. Just pick up future second round picks by moving back 3 spots. You know what? I'm going to try to be an aggressive guy in this draft. You're right. I should just try to be balls out.
I mean, the Larry I know is never not aggressive in a draft, so might as well.
Yeah. No, you're right. I need to be overly aggressive. Yeah. Well, it's sleeper too. So sleeper's a little wonky when it comes to wheeling and dealing. I'm used to the MFL wheeling and dealing part of it. Yeah, I've not made any trades recently. I don't think I have.
Slacker. It's that time of year, man.
It's I'm waiting for rookie stuff. There's I think I have 2 rookie drafts coming up next week. There's a Devy draft in the Kitchen Sink League is next week. The OG League's next week. The Hogs League is coming up. The Hogs League rookie draft is coming up. That's a league you recently joined, by the way. The Hogs League is in 17 days. So there's some rookie drafts still popping, man. I love it.
Remind me as we get closer, because I don't know what the hell's going on anywhere. I got Holmes and Allen in that league. I'm good. I don't, whatever.
Okay. Well, EK Baller just dropped your boy, Bub Means.
Oh, my boy. Yeah, my boy, Bub Means. The hell? Oh, man.
Oh, I got a trade offer. How do you think of this? To EK Baller, he has not touched it, even though he's made moves on the site. Which side do you have, Sam Darnold or Justin Fields?
What? Who do you got? Justin Fields, I guess, because he's going to actually score points, but I don't love it.
I'm offering Darnold for Fields. EK Baller has Fields. So I need to sweeten the pot. You put a sweetener on on Darnold side?
I guess. See what he says, though. He might be like, Darnold has the better contract.
What if I put Anthony Richardson in the deal? Darnold and A-Rich for Fields.
I don't know that I'd do that deal.
Hold on. He has the 301. He has the 301. What about Darnold and A-Rich for Fields and a 2.9? He's got the 2.9 also.
Why do you care about the 2.9 or the 301?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just trying to unload A-Rich for something, and then I get Fields.
I think you should get a second for A-Rich by himself, and then worry about I guess damn, I don't know. I guess that 209 could be A-Rich and Darnold is Fields, and it's an even trade.
Or I get a 26 second instead. I start loading up for the future.
Yeah, I don't mind that because it's likely better than the 209.
Fields, so Darnold and Richardson for Fields and a second?
Yeah, why not? I think it's fair. Who's your other quarterback? You got another one?
I don't. I have I have Lamar.
Oh, well, so you do. That's a significant I don't, but I do.
So I have Lamar and Justin Fields, and I also have the 104. So I could take Ward. I'm just not sold on him as a starting QB on my dynasty team. So Sam Darnold, Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields at a 26 second. It's kind of spicy. I don't know what else. I feel like I want to do something, another deal with him. You know what? And Run DFF, you're on like mute or something. I don't even know.
No, I'm just sitting here quietly listening.
Oh,
you're going, so I was just listening.
I'm going. This is what I'm doing now. How about Darnold and A-Rich or Fields for Fields and Hockenson?
Darnold and A-Rich or Fields Hawk. I don't think you're getting that done.
What if I throw in I could throw in Njoku, Gesicki. I could throw in Gesicki or Isaiah Likely. How about Gesicki? How about Gesicki? Darnold, Richardson, Gesicki. You know what? I'm doing Darnold Richardson for Fields and Hockenson. Fuck that. Fuck him. Fuck EK Baller. Love you, EK. What do you think? Darnold and Richardson? Everybody, I gotta throw in Likely. I'm throwing in Likely. Darnold, Richardson, and Likely for Fields and Hawk. What do you think?
Darnold, say that again.
Darnold, Richardson, and Hawk. No, Darnold, Richardson, and Likely for Fields and Hawk.
It might get done.
Still don't like that?
I mean, if you can get that done where you're sending Likely for Hawk, that's fine.
Darnold, Richardson for Darnold, A-Rich, and Likely for Fields and Hawk. I wouldn't be surprised if he accepted it. He's really light on QB. He has Mayfield. Well, he's got 3 starters, actually. He's really not light on QB at all. But he'd be picking up a 2 dart throws in Richardson and Likely. Yeah, whatever. I'm feeling Randy.
Send it. Let's see what happens.
I did. EK. Well, he did nothing on the Darnold for Fields, so spiced it up a little bit. Sometimes you have to do that if you want to. If folks are ignoring you, and you never know what. Sometimes I'll look at a trade when I'm like driving or something, and then I'll just forget about it. So I understand how folks ignore deals, but it's still nice when you just make up your mind on the spot. So, you're right. We're busting. Yeah, man. I should be tagging Fantasy Pros in this, man. I'm sure they would love the publicity.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm on like fucking right. So, where else are we? While we're looking at wide receivers. I mean, it's just
okay. So what are you doing here? This is an interesting one for me. I have no idea why Derrick Henry's where he is, so we'll just skip him. But what about Brian Thomas and Ashton Jeanty? What are you doing there? Who do you want?
Well, I want Ashton Jeanty because he's going to be like Josh Jacobs plus. And they have just a whole Jacksonville kind of sucks. They have Thomas. They have Hunter. They have ETN. Who's their tight end?
I don't. Brenton Strange.
Really? Yeah, Strange. Another offensive coordinator. Is it? So I don't know. I'd rather buy into the 101 everywhere, and just because of the Hunter interruption. That's a good question, though. I mean, is Brian Thomas the guy you want? 101 in this year rookie draft if he was available, knowing the production you got, and then you get to the whole. But it's not like it's Corey Davis and AJ Brown. It's not like that at all because Corey Davis kind of sucked. Like he was okay, but when he came out, and that was the thing back then, was like, oh yeah, you can't take AJ. That's why AJ Brown dropped to like the end of the first round in rookie drafts when he should have been an early first round pick. Brian Thomas just had a great season, and he's. I mean, man, everyone wanted a piece of Brian Thomas, BTJ, and now, and he has a good schedule, apparently. So he's the wide receiver 8. Is he undervalued right now? Nico Collins or Brian Thomas? I like Brian Thomas over Nico Collins.
Yeah, I'd take him. I'd take Brian Thomas. I'd take Brian Thomas over Puka.
Would you?
Well, yeah, because Puka's always hurt. Puka has a extended history.
Oh, look at you with the injury bias.
Well, it's not just one season; it's all the time. He's had one healthy season in forever.
I'd put Malik Neighbors over Puka.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, these are weird tiers. I mean, it's nice to see Puka up there. I guess he deserves it. Well, but also he gets 17 targets. You know, when you're getting 17 targets, it's going to accumulate. So this tier is you got Chase, Jefferson, Lamb, and Puka, and tier 2 is just a bunch of guys that could easily be in tier 1 after the season.
Mm-hmm.
This is Amon St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, AJ Brown, Drake Cullen. I'm just not sold on Nico Collins like everyone else is.
I'm not particularly sold either. I think he's right where he needs to be.
I don't think I have any Nico Collins.
Like if you look around behind him, it's like AJ Brown, Drake London, Ladd McConkey. He's probably in that same whatever.
I want Drake London over Nico Collins, I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're in the same tier. I don't think there's a huge difference. I would take Drake London as well, but I
want AJ Brown over Nico Collins, and I want Brian Thomas over Nico Collins. Nico Collins is probably. I think I want JSN over Nico Collins.
I wouldn't argue that. Yeah,
and he's in the net. He's in Fantasy Pros next tier 3, with Ladd McConkey, JSN, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, yada yada yada, Garrett Wilson. I think there's and Rashee Rice, who I believe will have nothing happen to him this year. He's just going to be a regular wide receiver, which would, in my opinion, might bump him up to tier 2, or at least to the top of tier 3.
He's going to jump a good bit if he doesn't get any punishment this year.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Because he's the only
last year. Man, what he did last year at the beginning of the season was exceptional.
He's the only security blanket out. I mean, Kelsey can't really get it together. I don't think anymore. But Rashee Rice is going to be the next guy that Pat Mahomes is looking for. So I don't know, but Drake London, I don't know, JSN, Tyreek Hill, everyone. Do you want to buy Tyreek Hill? We should be doing a Tyreek Hill value check, but maybe next week. Tyreek Hill value check, because I'd love to know what he's going for these days. You think you're getting a 2 and a 3 for Tyreek Hill? You want more than that? If you're the Tyreek Hill guy, if you're the Tyreek Hill GM, do you want more than 2 and a 3?
I don't know that you're getting more than the 2. You might want more than 2 and 3, but I don't think you're getting more than 2 and 3. Yeah, I think he's in the same Kamara boat.
Right.
What's the difference between him and Kamara? You're getting a year or two of production. You know,
and it's almost like a steal too for a 2 and a 3. Like it's an even deal. It's a good deal, right?
Yeah.
Any of these, like, I mean, I know Garrett Wilson's going to get a ton of targets. Devontae Adams is going to be competing. DJ Moore. How about, where are you with Marvin Harrison Jr.? Because he's a tier 4 wide receiver in a dynasty half PPR, a wide receiver 21, when did not have a bad season at all, but he just didn't have the big 885 yards, 8 touchdowns. That guy's a rookie.
The rookie season was not as bad as people were making it out to be.
He's 22. I mean, he was probably 21 years old. He had a great season. What do you want him to do? Put up 1,400 yards in his rookie season? almost 850 yards is pretty good. I mean, if people are going to shit on this guy, I'm in. I want it. Like, I'll be targeting him in this Matt Miller draft for sure, if he's going to be just sitting out there. He has the potential to easily be to get up 10. He could easily be the wide receiver 10 next year or 6. He's definitely not in the Zay Flowers.
If he has a good season, he could jump in the top 5 easily.
He's not in the Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Devonta Smith territory.
No. But there's
why
also
is Xavier Worthy in this tier?
Well, the reason he's there is because he has not done it. The reason he's there is because he hasn't done it yet. Once he does it, he's nowhere near them. Yeah. He's way above them. But he has to do it first. He has to do it before.
Right. Well, Ted McMillan, tier 5. Are you taking Ted over Travis Hunter? Are you there? Are you one of those guys?
I think I am.
There's 2 sides. Yeah, there's 2 sides to the coin. And I'm ready. I'm done with my Justin Hunter acquisitions. I'm just going to roll the dice with the volume opportunity. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's at McMillan. Yeah, I have enough Justin Hunter. I'm already nervous that I have Justin Hunter in a couple of spots. Is anyone not nervous if they have Justin Hunter? I feel like if you have Justin Hunter, you have to be a little bit nervous. What are your thoughts on Justin Hunter? It's not a slam dunk. I mean, this guy's like a top 5 rookie pick, but he's not a slam dunk anything.
Travis Hunter.
What am I saying? What am I saying? Justin Hunter?
Justin Hunter.
Who the hell is Justin Hunter?
I don't know. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, wait, who's he mixing up here? No, he is not a slam dunk.
Fucking Justin Hunter. Just because everyone else is named Justin. Justin Fields. Justin Rogers. Justin Hunter. So, what are you looking up there? What's going on in that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I want to know how much playing time Travis Hunter's going to get, but then, like, I also am, how much can we count on Ted McMillan with Carolina? How do you feel about? Like, I was going to look up Bryce Young's last few games. I think that they're being overblown into what he did. That's the only scary part. Is like everybody's like, oh, he showed he can be that guy. And it's like, wait a minute,
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. And the thing is, like, his last 4 games: 251 yards, 203 yards, 158 yards, 219 yards. It wasn't like he was blowing up. He had a game that he had 298 yards back in week 13.
It wasn't so much the stats, though. It was more that he looked like a competent quarterback. It's just as much that as the fact that he actually had some success. Like, he looked the part. But I mean, right now, Travis Hunter is wide receiver 33, and I guess in the fantasy pros world, you got to prove yourself to be anybody. So I guess I can understand that he's in the Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison, Ted McMillan tier, Pickens also, and Ridley and Odunze. It's a tier you'd expect everybody, all these guys, to be in. But Travis Hunter, well, I mean, did they just draft Jamar Chase and Brian Thomas was T. Higgins? Is that how this is going to roll?
Maybe.
Did they? Is it like that?
I don't know that Brian Thomas. I think Hunter might be T. Higgins. I think what Brian Thomas Jr. did last year was exceptional. And I don't know if you've seen, but there's stuff about Hunter's route running and whatnot. So,
and they have the chemistry already. But it's going to be interesting how that shakes out.
Yeah. So, okay, so you're starting this draft.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking at. I don't want guys. I don't want anybody. It's funny. I got to look at these Fantasy Pro tiers and say, when am I done with my? Where do I want to have? I want to fill up my starting roster with what tier does that going to end? When the guys don't matter anymore, because we're talking. I mean, there's legit starting guys. As I scroll down, there's probably 100 guys that to choose from. So if I keep trading up to stack that up while accumulating first round picks, because if there's some folks in here that aren't necessarily. I mean, I'm an inexperienced startup guy at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have to learn it all over again.
Thinking about this strategy, try to trade up, give up my older picks while also acquiring first rounders in deals to move around, because I think those first round rookie picks are going to be golden next year before everyone else realizes how golden they can be. And get 2 QBs right away, because then it's 7 position players, 2 stud QBs. And if those QBs are at the top of these statistics, then that's the way to go. But yeah, if you guys want us to analyze your Dynasty startup draft, we'd love to do that. We want to know about everybody's fucking team and their draft and all that stuff. So hit us up. We have a couple spots in the listener league. Hit us up for those. I think we're gonna have a couple filled right now. I think Jamie's gonna take one. Who else was supposed to take one? You remember?
Well, yeah, Russell Wilson. I mean, was going to take one, but he didn't realize it was Dynasty. He thought it was redraft. So
really,
yeah,
come on, fucking punk. Come on, Wilson, you fucking pussy. Anyway, I mean, Dynasty hot sauce. Hello, Wilson. Really?
It's all good.
I mean, come on. This is what I mean. Look underneath our pictures right now. What do you see? Underneath our
right. That's clearly Dynasty.
I didn't realize it was a Dynasty league. I mean, the more you think about it. My God. So the next show, we'll find out who I got in the first round. I
want to know what you got in the first round, the second round, and the third round. So by then you should.
Let's do the move around. Let's do it. Do you want to be my partner in this draft, in this league? I could add you. We could just be a hot sauce pod.
Oh man.
I mean, I'll manage the team. I'll just
message me offline. And we'll talk.
We'll talk about it. Whatever.
We'll talk. I don't know.
Whatever. Or I'll just fucking do it. And whatever. And you'll just tell me.
The only problem with co-managing is that deals take longer and don't happen.
Fuck that co-managing shit. Yeah, bad idea. I'll just do my old. What do you think of this?
Right. Yeah. And I'll say you fucking idiot, and you'll do it anyway. So
that's right. So let's do this. The rookie drafts are still happening, and we're going to go all the way to the start of the NFL season, which is... Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.